with Mother's Day coming up, we're here with Father Brian McGrath, who has a perfect recipe for Mother's Day that's handed down from your own mother, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so my mom, actually with McGrath, you wouldn't know this, but my mom is Italian. And so I learned how to make spaghetti sauce with her, and we made this lasagna. And it's one of my favorite recipes because we don't measure, we just do. We just have a lot of fun. So we get our ingredients in front of us, and we should get started.
Okay, all right. So
I'm gonna use
sauce.
Sauce, and people do different types of meats. So I'm doing meatballs, but I've seen sausages and different style of what you want for and some people do vegetable, like just a vegetarian lasagna. We're gonna have our noodles. We're gonna pre-cook them, so we're not gonna see them cooking, and then a bunch of different types of cheeses. So
All my favorites.
So I'm gonna move this out of the way, and we'll make our cheese first.
Okay.
So it starts with ricotta. And I've seen people use cottage cheese too, but
Yeah, I've
the
had
real
that
Italian
before, too.
ricotta is a nice, delicious type of cheese.
And that's a pretty mild cheese, right?
Right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna use basically these are 32-ounce cheeses. We use an egg and some Parmesan
For each
per,
container?
yeah. So about a half a cup of Parmesan, but again, it's to taste. So
Yeah.
whatever you feel like you want. A little bit of cheese. And then what I like to put in is an egg. And what happens with an egg is that it kind of helps it to kind of stay formed. Sometimes your lasagna can really kind of run all over the place.
Yeah.
So again, like 32 ounces, 1 egg per each of those. So wonderful time, no spoons, we washed our hands, and you just mix up all the stuff into a nice...
Do you put any seasoning in this, or?
Because the sauce has a lot of seasoning, I
don't need
tend to
to?
avoid it, yeah. I've seen people put oregano or salt and pepper, what they like. But I like to let the cheese taste like cheese and then let the sauce
That makes
give it
sense.
its flavor.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let that sit, and we're gonna do part 2 and wash
Okay.
my hands again.
All right.
So all we're doing is we're gonna take our meatballs and just slice them up. So they're gonna lay out in the tray.
Did you used to help your mom make this when you were little?
Yeah, it's fun. And she makes this all the time.
Yeah.
You know, mom's coming for something and she's gonna make a lasagna. So this is really, for Mother's Day, to make it for her is really a treat.
Yeah.
So we have our meat. I'm gonna put this aside. And through the magic of TV, we're gonna get ready for the next phase. We're back.
Okay, so
All right, so
first step.
we've got our cheeses, we've got our noodles, we've got some sauce and some meat. So the first step is, you could pre-spray your pan, but we just put a little
I'll
sauce
move
in
this over
there.
here.
And kind of, so a little layer of sauce. I cook the noodles. Some people
You
don't
do?
like to cook
Yeah.
the noodles, but
Even though it says that they're pre-cooked?
well, I bought the ones that aren't pre-cooked.
Oh, okay.
I find they're much tastier. And if you see what I'm doing, I'm putting in a little overlap
Yeah.
so that whatever you're putting on top of them doesn't seep through. So how's it go? Noodles, maybe a little bit of sauce on the noodles. You want to put a little bit of use your hands, it's all good.
Just this?
Yep, right on
Okay.
top. You can use a spoon, but this is much more fun. I'm gonna spread that out.
Father Brian, I did not like to play in the sandbox when I was little.
Well, we're gonna play in the cheese box for today. Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
and put a little bit of meat on top of that. And it's just a layer. Think of what you like in your lasagnas.
Do you put the mozzarella in there too, or do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? So I have
So
to
it's
get
gonna-
my hands dirty in the
I'll
mozzarella?
do that one
Okay.
for you, so you can just stick with the ricotta. For our mozzarella.
And you're not measuring, so it's kind of just by eye. You just make your layers and you really
Right.
can't do anything wrong.
Well, it's what you like for taste. So
Yeah.
if you want it super cheesy, make it much more cheesy. So what do we have?
Sauce.
Sauce, ricotta, some sort of meat, and then the cheese. Layer 2. stays moist. Now, we got, just for fancy, some fresh mozzarella
Yum.
to put on the top. And this is pre-sliced, makes life a lot easier. So it'll cook up.
Oh, that's going to be so
fresh
good.
mozzarella. And there's our.
That looks awesome.
Now I want to do something else. We're going to put this aside for just a sec. What happens if we got extra noodles or extra stuff, or you're cooking? I live by my associate, but it's really cooking for one.
Yeah.
So what you can do is make a little.
That's perfect.
Bread
I've
pan.
never thought of that. That is so cute.
You can spray it down if you want, but I use the sauce as my thing.
Yeah. And one noodle fits in there, right?
Right.
Well, you probably have to cut it a little bit, but.
So let's do that. I'm going to go back and get my scissors. Or a knife if you have a cutting board. But cooking scissors are really a dream. So all I'm going to do is cut it down. So, my messy countertop, but we've got our fancy schmancy super deep dish mozzarella and just the mozzarella for two.
Lasagna.
Mozzarella, yeah, lasagna for two, yeah.
Okay, so we'll stick those in the oven and then we'll test it after and see.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put aluminum foil on the top of them,
Okay.
just so they don't overcook at the top,
right.
and then you finish them off at the end with taking the aluminum foil off.
Okay.
So we'll throw them in the oven.
Okay.
So again, we're going to turn this down to I think 350, so they can bake slowly.
Yeah.
The little guy is going to go probably 25, 30 minutes.
Okay.
The other one may go a full 45 or a little longer.
And once you're
And what would-
almost ready to,
Right, the last 5, 10 minutes, take the aluminum foil off if you like to brown it up.
yeah. So the lasagna is ready. It's been baking for what?
About 45 minutes,
45
maybe
minutes, yeah.
almost an hour. It's pretty thick, so I thought I'd keep it in there longer.
Yeah.
And we took the foil off just a little while ago, so let's see what it looks like.
One thing I thought of too is because you use the noodles that were already cooked, it probably doesn't take as long, right?
Right.
If you're doing noodles that are, well, that looks delicious.
Check out our little guy.
Oh, it's so cute.
We'll just serve the little one since it's just the two of us,
Sure. And you got the nice china for Mother's Day.
right?
I want the big piece. No, just kidding. Wow.
Now this is super saucy.
Super, yes.
It would probably set up nicely, but garnish a little tomato sauce. And how about that for a nice little lasagna?
Looks amazing. Well, thank you so much for having us. You
yeah,
know,
wonderful
with,
to have you as always.
Can't
and
wait
happy
to-
Mother's Day to all the mothers, especially my mom. We call her the Nani. She's awesome.
And happy Mother's Day to my mother. We call her Baci.
See?
She's Polish, 100%.
And a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.